There's a stirring happening in the unseen places of your life. You can feel it, not because everything looks different yet, but because something inside you refuses to settle for the version of you that used to just survive. There's a pull, a nudge, a whisper that keeps telling you to get ready. And you may not fully understand why, but you know something is shifting. You know preparation is required. You know God is positioning you for a moment, and you don't even have the full picture yet. Sometimes God prepares your name in rooms long before your feet ever enter them. Sometimes he plants your story in the heart of someone who has the ability to open a door you've been standing outside of for years. And you might feel overlooked, underqualified, or forgotten, but heaven has its own network, its own algorithm, its own timing. When God says someone wealthy will choose you, he's not just talking about money. He's talking about someone with influence, someone with reach, someone who has the resources, capacity, and vision to pull you into a place you could never have entered on your own, someone whose abundance can incubate your assignment, someone whose yes shifts your entire trajectory. But here's what we miss sometimes. Preparation isn't optional. You can't pray for elevation and live like you're still in a pit. You can't ask for destiny and cling to the mindset of your history. You can't expect doors to open while you keep standing in the corner, acting like you're not worthy to knock. This is not the season for shrinking. This is not the season for apologizing for your anointing, your brilliance, your growth, or your resilience. This is the season where you rise with intentionality. This is the season where you walk like someone is watching, because someone is. This is the season where you position yourself for selection. You've been praying for breakthrough, but breakthrough is also looking for you. And the version of you that breakthrough is searching for is not the one buried in insecurity, fear, or procrastination. Breakthrough is looking for the you that's ready, the you that's disciplined, the you that's clear, the you that has outgrown excuses, the you that shows up even when your emotions don't want to cooperate, the you that knows God wouldn't put this stirring in your spirit if he didn't already finish the story in your favor. There is someone wealthy, spiritually wealthy, financially wealthy, emotionally wealthy, wealthy in wisdom, wealthy in opportunity, who is going to recognize something in you, not because you forced it, not because you begged for it, but because you aligned yourself with what God has been building in you. Your name is about to be mentioned in a conversation you didn't even know was happening. Your gift is about to be acknowledged in a room you haven't even entered yet. Not because you're lucky, but because God has been weaving you into a divine storyline that requires someone else's generosity, someone else's platform, someone else's influence to lift you to the next dimension. But when God sends that wealthy person, will you be ready to move? Because sometimes God opens a door and we hesitate. We doubt ourselves. We freeze. We try to go back and gather every piece of validation we think we need. But this next door won't give you time for that. This next opportunity won't wait for you to get overthinking out of your system. When the moment comes, you'll have to move with confidence, even if your voice shakes. You'll have to walk into rooms that intimidate you. And remember that preparation got you there. You'll have to stop second guessing what God has already confirmed. There is an anointing on your life that's too heavy for you to keep treating yourself lightly. There is favor assigned to you that requires you to get your house in order, internally and externally. You can't step into wealthy connections with a poverty mindset. You can't enter new circles with old habits. You can't receive a divine selection while still believing you're unworthy. Oh, being chosen. You must rise to the level of what you are praying for. This means cleaning up your life. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're creating capacity. It means organizing your thoughts, strengthening your character, being faithful over the small things so you can be trusted with the larger ones. It means becoming a steward of your own purpose. It means showing up with integrity, clarity, and readiness. Some of you are getting ready to be connected to someone whose blessing spills over. Their overflow will water seeds in your life that have been waiting to sprout. Their expertise will sharpen your gift. Their encouragement will ignite your confidence. Their access will pull you into places where your assignment can finally breathe. This isn't about dependence. It's about divine partnership. God often uses people to unlock the next chapter. And this time, he is sending someone who has what you need in abundance. But again, will you be ready to move? Because elevation always demands movement, sometimes physical, sometimes emotional, sometimes spiritual. You may have to leave the familiar. You may have to release people who can't go where you're headed. You may have to let go of the version of yourself that was committed to smallness. You may have to stretch. You may have to become accountable. You may have to heal. You may have to do the uncomfortable thing and trust that discomfort is a sign of growth, not danger. You are approaching a moment where everything will make sense, where the waiting, the wilderness, the stretching, the pressing, the pruning, all of it will be revealed as preparation for the door that's opening. And when you walk through that door, you won't walk through as someone desperate. You will walk through as someone ready, someone positioned, someone aligned, someone who understands that being chosen isn't just about being seen. It's about being prepared to carry what comes with being seen. So don't shrink right now. Don't doubt right now. Don't sabotage your own story by believing the lie that says opportunity isn't for people like you. It is for you. It has always been for you. The stirring you feel isn't random. It's prophetic. The tension you feel isn't pressure. It's preparation. The shift you feel isn't anxiety. It's acceleration. Get ready, prepare, strengthen yourself, build your discipline, elevate your mindset. Step into rooms that stretch you. Speak like someone who expects God to move. Act like someone who has been called. Stand like someone who knows selection is near. Show up like someone wealthy is already watching, because when the moment comes, and it will come, you won't have time to get ready. You will have Tob ready, and you are closer than you think. Preparation isn't just a season you pass through. It's a posture, a discipline, a way of living that honors where you're going even before you arrive. There are moments in life when you can feel destiny drawing closer, not because everything around you suddenly shifts, but because something within you begins to stir. You sense a quiet but urgent instruction. Get ready. And that instruction doesn't come because the opportunity is far away. It comes because it's closer than you think. Preparation becomes the way you signal to heaven that you are serious about the next level God has already scripted into your story. Many people pray for elevation, but resist the internal restructuring required to actually sustain that elevation. It's easy to say you're ready, but readiness isn't proven by words. It's proven by discipline. It's proven by the choices you make when no one is clapping, no one is watching, no one is validating you. Preparation is the quiet work, the character work, the behind the scenes work that builds the version of you who can handle what you're asking for. Because blessings do not just require gifting, they require capacity. They require stability, consistency, and a mentality that refuses to shrink under pressure. There is a difference between wanting a door to open and being prepared to walk through it. Many doors stay closed, not because you're disqualified, but because you're underprepared. The opportunity is too heavy for the habits you still protect. The blessing is too large for the mindset you still live with. The connection coming your way requires a stronger version of you than the one that has settled for survival. This is why preparation is not punishment. It's grace. It is God giving you time to build what you will need later so you do not collapse under the weight of what you prayed for. Preparation means confronting the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. It means identifying the patterns that keep you stuck. It means telling the truth about your ink. consistency, your procrastination, your fear, your insecurity, your tendency to doubt yourself the moment something good approaches. You cannot carry old thinking into new opportunities. You cannot expect elevation with the same boundaries, the same routines, or the same emotional responses you had in previous seasons. Preparation demands transformation. It calls you to evolve. There is a version of you your destiny is waiting for, not a perfect version, just a prepared one, a version that knows how to manage time, steward resources, commit to growth, and show up even when emotions try to silence your discipline. Preparation requires building habits that match the future you're praying for. You can't expect abundance while living with scarcity thinking. You can't pray for influence while hiding your gift because of fear. You can't ask for partnership or collaboration while guarding your wounds instead of healing them. Preparation requires honesty, humility, and intentionality. It also requires letting go. Sometimes preparation means releasing people, environments, and habits that are incompatible with your elevation, not because you're better than anyone, but because you're becoming better than who you used to be. You can't hold on to what drains you and expect to have room for what will raise you. Preparation requires making decisions your old self never had the courage to make. It requires boundaries your old self never believed you deserved. It requires discipline your old self never practiced. Elevation is costly and preparation is the currency. Preparation also means stewarding the small assignments with excellence. A lot of people want big opportunities but treat their current responsibilities casually. They want wealth but are careless with what they already have. They want visibility but don't cultivate the integrity required to sustain it. They want platforms but resist the preparation that develops character. The truth is, what you do with the little is prophetic of what you'll do with the large. Preparation is your demonstration that you can be trusted with more. And when preparation is happening correctly, it changes the way you walk. It shifts the way you speak about yourself. It heightens your focus. It adjusts your posture. You begin carrying yourself like someone who knows something is coming, something significant. And that's because preparation awakens expectation. It's not about pretending, it's about aligning. When you prepare, you come into agreement with what God has already declared over your life. You move differently because you believe differently. Preparation also protects you from self-sabotage. When an opportunity arrives suddenly, unprepared people panic, doubt, or shrink. They question whether they deserve it, whether they're ready, whether they're capable. But prepared people don't crumble under unexpected blessings. They may feel nervous, but they don't retreat. Their preparation gives them the courage to say yes, even when the opportunity is bigger than their comfort zone. Preparation teaches you to trust the process God took you through. It gives you the confidence to stand in rooms your past would have told you not to enter. This is why preparation precedes promotion, because promotion without preparation becomes a burden, not a blessing. And you were never meant to be crushed by the very thing you prayed for. You were meant to rise into it, grow into it, strengthen into it. Preparation ensures that when your name is called, whether by someone wealthy, influential, or strategically positioned, you are not scrambling to get ready. You are stepping forward already aligned with the level you're being elevated to. Preparation isn't glamorous, but it is holy. It is intentional. It is prophetic. It is the greatest evidence that you believe you were created for more. Divine alignment isn't something you can force, manipulate, or manufacture. It's something orchestrated in the invisible realm long before you ever see it manifest. There are moments in life where you don't need more effort. You need alignment. You don't need more striving. You need positioning. You don't need to push your way into rooms. You need the right person at the right time to recognize what God planted in you. And that recognition doesn't come from chance. It comes from divine alignment. There is someone whose presence in your story will shift everything. Someone whose wisdom will accelerate you. Someone whose influence will elevate you. Someone whose resources will create space for your gifts to breathe. Someone whose authority can open doors you've prayed about for years. This person is wealthy, not just in money, but in experience, vision, strategy, insight, and opportunity. Their wealth is the overflow that why LL contribute to your next chapter. Their abundance will touch what has been dormant in your life. Their yes will expose the hidden parts of you that have been waiting for an environment big enough to hold your calling. And the beauty of divine alignment is this: you don't have to chase this person. You don't have to fight for their attention. You don't have to convince them of your worth. When alignment is happening, God puts your name on their heart. God puts your gift in their spirit. God places your assignment in their thoughts. You may never know how he did it or when he started, but alignment means someone is thinking of you, planning for you, and preparing for you in ways that you cannot see. Alignment works behind the veil, behind closed doors, in conversations you weren't present for. It moves your name through the hearts of people who carry the power to shift your entire life. Divine alignment also means that your connection with this wealthy individual won't be accidental. It will be intentional, purpose-driven, heaven-designed. It won't be based on networking. It will be based on destiny. And there is a difference. Networking looks for opportunities. Alignment looks for our assignment. Networking is about what you can get. Alignment is about what you were meant to carry together. When God aligns two people, it's because there is a kingdom purpose attached to their connection, not just a personal benefit. This person will see something in you that others overlooked. They will recognize your potential, not because you're loud, but because you're aligned. They will choose you not out of pity, but out of divine prompting. They will value your gift because it complements something in their world. They will pick you because your assignment is part of their solution, their vision, or their legacy. Divine alignment means the connection is not one-sided. It is mutual benefit, mutual uplift, mutual purpose. It is a partnership, not a dependency. Alignment also corrects timing. Sometimes you met the right types of people at the wrong time and nothing came from it. But when God aligns the timing, suddenly what once felt impossible becomes effortless. The same you with the same gift becomes undeniable because the moment has finally matured. Divine alignment makes what used to require striving suddenly fall into place with ease. It doesn't mean it's easy. It means it's God ordained. Another important part of alignment is protection. Before God brings wealthy, influential, destiny shifting people into your life, he will protect the connection by preparing you. He will remove the wrong people, wrong voices, and wrong influences so you don't sabotage the right relationship. He will close doors that you cried over because he knows the magnitude of the door he's getting ready to open. He will strip away environments that shrink you so you're ready for environments that stretch you. He will detox your mindset so you don't carry insecurity into a room designed for confidence. Alignment requires cleansing because purpose connections cannot thrive in cluttered spaces. Divine alignment also demands maturity. You must be grounded enough not to idolize the person God sends because they are a vessel, not the source. They are a bridge, not the destination. This person will elevate you, but they were never meant to replace God's role in your story. Alignment requires you to stay anchored, focused, and humble. It requires you to understand that their wealth, whether relational, spiritual, financial, or experiential, is meant to unlock something in you, not make you dependent on them. The blessing comes through them, but it belongs to God. And in this alignment, you will notice something powerful. You won't have to shrink. You won't have to pretend. You won't have to lower your voice or hide your brilliance. They will want you because of who you are, not who you try to become. They will value your authenticity. They will appreciate your originality. They will honor your process. Wealthy people, truly wealthy people, aren't intimidated by potential. They invest in it. They nurture it. They help guide it. And the one God is sending to you is being aligned with your purpose because they carry something that complements your destiny. There will be a moment, quiet, unexpected, divinely orchestrated, when your path intersects with theirs. And in that moment, everything will make sense. The delays will make sense. The disappointments will make sense. The closed doors will make sense. You'll realize that divine alignment wasn't God holding you back. It was God setting you up. This connection will be proof that nothing was wasted and nothing was random. Divine alignment brings strategic connections because destiny is never a solo journey. God always uses people to move his purpose forward. And the one he is sending to you is coming with intention, with abundance, and with influence that will unlock the next dimension of your calling. Readiness is not something you will magically feel when the moment arrives. It's something you build long before the opportunity knocks. There is a door coming your way, a door you prayed for, cried for, waited for, and wondered if God had forgotten about. But when that door finally swings open, you will not have the luxury of indecision. You won't be able to go back and gather your confidence, clean up your doubts, or reorganize your courage. When the moment comes, you have to move. And this is why preparation and awareness matter so deeply, because destiny doesn't wait for hesitation. There are times in life when God presents an opportunity that requires immediate action, not rushed, not frantic, but bold. A door that requires faith over fear, courage over comfort, clarity over confusion. And the truth is, many people miss their moment not because the opportunity wasn't real, but because they weren't ready to move when it appeared. They talked themselves out of it. They let insecurity silence them. They froze in the face of something they were created to step into. But this time is different. This time, the lesson is clear. When the door opens, you must walk through it without dragging your old mindset behind you. Being ready to move means developing the kind of responsiveness that recognizes divine timing. It means recognizing that not all doors stay open indefinitely. Some doors are seasonal. Some opportunities come once in a lifetime. Some connections show up briefly, requiring you to discern quickly and act wisely. Being ready means your spirit is sensitive enough to recognize this is my moment. Even if your mind is still catching up, there is a level of readiness that requires trust, not in your perfection, but in God's orchestration. Being ready to move also means releasing the need for complete understanding. Often we hesitate because we want the full blueprint before taking the first step. We want guarantees, instructions, details, confirmation on top of confirmation, but destiny rarely comes with an instruction manual. God does not always reveal the next 5 steps before asking you to take the first one. Readiness looks like obedience even when, and you only see a glimpse. It looks like movement even when the path isn't fully clear. It looks like trusting that the God who opened the door will also guide you once you're inside. Another part of readiness is healing the parts of you that sabotage opportunities. Sometimes God sends an open door, but insecurity convinces you you're not worthy of walking through it. Sometimes fear whispers that you'll fail. Sometimes the wounds of your past tell you that blessings like this don't happen for people like you. And if you don't confront those internal voices, they will rob you of what God is trying to give you. Being ready means doing the emotional work, the mental work, and the spiritual work necessary to silence the lies that echo from old seasons. It means refusing to let the broken version of you control the blossoming version of you. Readiness also requires boundaries. You cannot carry everyone into your next chapter. You cannot drag the opinions of people who don't understand your calling. You cannot stay loyal to environments that keep you small. Sometimes God opens a door for you, but the weight of who you're trying to take with you keeps you from stepping through. Being ready means understanding that elevation often requires separation. It means trusting that God will take care of those who cannot go where you're going. It means not letting guilt or familiarity hold you hostage in a place of stagnation. Being ready to move also means strengthening your identity. When the door opens, you need to know who you are so you're not easily swayed, manipulated, or intimidated. Opportunity doesn't just reveal your gift, it reveals your confidence. When you step into new circles, new rooms, new partnerships, or new environments, you must be anchored enough to remain yourself. You have to walk in knowing you belong there, not because of your resume or your connections, but because God placed you there intentionally. Confidence is not arrogance. It is alignment with your calling. Readiness is also about discipline. Opportunity without discipline becomes a burden. Blessings require responsibility. When the door opens and someone influential chooses you, they are choosing a version of you that is consistent, trustworthy, prepared, and grounded. Being ready means your habits match your prayers. Your work ethic matches your vision. Your actions match the future you say you want.